Hey y'all, it's Christy from Teadoddles. It is vlog. Today is Sunday, the 13th of November, I think. And it is chilly today. I have a sweatshirt on. It says, but first coffee, always. I actually got a shower not too long ago, got cleaned up, got the dogs taken out and everything because I'm about to go to my bestie's house. She cooked a roast and stuff, and I made a pecan pie, and we're going to eat supper, and we're going to watch a movie. We're going to watch Where the Crawdads Sing, which I've already seen the movie. I actually went and watched it at the theater by myself, which was the first time I ever did that. It was a really good movie, and I enjoyed it, so we're going to watch it. It's on Netflix now. It's also a book. I haven't read the book, but it was a really good movie. So, if you like sort of murder mystery romance kind of movie, I guess is what it was. But it was a good movie. I enjoyed it very much, and so watching it again is not a big deal to me, even though I know what's going to happen. There's very few movies that I enjoy enough to watch more than once. Typically, if I've seen it before, there's not a whole lot of them that will watch again. There's some that I will, and I have. It's just not my thing usually. There's some people who love this certain movie and they'll watch it all the time, and it's just not me. But this is one that I really loved. So if you haven't seen it, Where the Crawdads Sing, go check it out. It's on Netflix if you have Netflix now. So I don't think I put any more into my first scarf I was working on, but I started this one. Look, it's very, yeah. This is Mandala Thick and Quick. This is Curlicue is the color. I don't know if they even make this anymore, but I had two skeins of it, and I picked a pattern out of this one skein crochet book, which I'm actually going to wind up using two because I don't have the yardage required for this scarf. This is the scarf, which I find odd that they paired it with her in sunglasses like a summery thing, because it's for a number 6 yarn. I also found it odd that the hook size they show in here is a 4mm G6, when this number 6, which is a super bulky yarn, recommends a P15 10mm hook. I was like, that seems strange on multiple levels. I said, why would you use a super bulky weight yarn to make a scarf for summer? Anyway, that's just my opinion, for whatever that counts. It's called the Oval and Out Scarf. It's you crochet a long chain and you go around the chain. So I've made it around twice so far, and it's time to connect my new yarn, which I will go from the outside in this time because this color matches what I got going on. Well, I guess I could start from the center still, because once it ends it would pick up again with that color. So yeah, I could do that, because these colors change fairly abruptly. They don't like have a transition in them or anything, but it's different to see how the yarn lays out that way. Yeah, this will go in my donation pile, because that's, well, I don't know, I probably could wear that around here, but I don't know that I would. But sometimes I just like to make patterns and see what they look like, and it's not always something I'm gonna use. So and I also, and I'm actually using a 8mm hook for this, not a 10mm, and it's working just fine. I don't think a 4mm would be, yeah, I don't think that would work. So, and I put up the next section of the Cozy Murder Mystery Cow. I posted it in the group, if you're still in the group, if anybody's still hanging along in there. The last one I did was in August, so I've got September, October. That sounded like I said it in the wrong order, but September, October, November. So I'll do October section next Sunday, and then the next Sunday, and then we'll be all caught up. So I was just going to do one portion, but this is the new section here. And this is for the way I designed it, you can do 10-inch repeats, basically, to make it as big of a blanket or whatever you want. This is the scarf size because it's just easier for me to get the pattern out if I do the scarf size. I do have a full-size blanket started. I'm really behind on that, and that's not even, but this is what it looks like so far. You can see I've done a bunch of different things in it, and I've done tutorial stitches for most of the ones that people asked about, and one that I realize I haven't done yet is the one for this circle stitch here. That's on this here. I know this is closed up. It's called a circle stitch. It's very much like, it's very similar to the crocodile stitch if you've ever done that. It's just set up a little differently. So, of course, crocodile stitch is typically something you would layer on top of each other, and this one is, you know, just like a little pops in the middle of your work. So you can see it's just kind of a sampler type afghan. I've got a bunch of different stitches. I've got this big book of stitches I've been pulling from. I've had to adjust things to work with the stitch count, but it's working out pretty good. Mine is in Hobby Lobby yarn. It's listed in the pattern, and I'll link the blog post down below where the next section is. And each time I post a section, I link back to all the ones we've done before. So if you haven't started this or you want to check them all out, you can do that too. And I do have fabric for bags, and I have them mostly sewn for prizes I had intended on giving out throughout the year, which did not happen. So I'll probably just do at the end of the year or maybe the very beginning of the year, so everybody can maybe get caught up or see how far along they are or whatever, and then just do pick 12 people from that, if there's 12 people that have actually done this. I've been a terrible host. I'm just gonna admit it. I've been a terrible host. Things really fell off this year. I thought this year would be better than last year. I'm not gonna say it wasn't better. It's just still finding my groove again. You know, it's a weird thing to do. You get thrown off by something major like that. It takes a while to get back in your groove. So, I wanted to show y'all this yarn here. What is that? There's some kind of sparkly something stuck in there. I don't think that's supposed to be there. But anyway, this is Red Heart. It's a wrap in wine knot, like W-I-N-E, wine knot. So this is a number 2 yarn, and it is 50 acrylic, 50 cotton. I got this at the Ollie's here because these are normally, it says $10.99, and they are usually about that price for these. It was $4.99 at my Ollie's. They only had this one color because this has got like 623 yards on it. So I actually have a shawl started in it's a wrap. This one is It's a Wrap Hues. They had some that they had different It's a Wraps, different kinds. And this one was one that didn't have the variegated, like this one is more variegated. It's still solid lines of color, but this one that I had was like all one color, and then it only had like 3 colors, and I think it was called Action or something like that. And I blended it with another yarn to make this shawl thing pattern that I got out of a magazine. It's in one of my whip bags somewhere. I'm trying to slowly work through that kind of stuff. So, and I remembered what I was wanting to tell y'all in my last vlog. When I went to Lion Brand Yarn, I think it was Monday, to get the link for whatever, it was a pattern I was working on or something. Oh, that scarf pattern I'm doing. Um, they had a sale where if you bought 12 skeins of yarn, you got 40% off, and I just kind of looked to see what. So I ended up buying yarn for it's some kind of new chenille velvety yarn they had, and there's a pattern for a corner to corner mushroom blanket. I love mushrooms. By Evelyn and Peters, I think it was, and I could get all the yarn I needed for that blanket. Plus, I got 2 skeins of some new dishy type yarn they have that I wanted to try. So yeah, I went ahead and took advantage of that, and I think it has shipped. Next week I should be getting a lot of things in. I got some more advent calendars, and I got that yarn coming in, and I have some Christmas gifts coming in, which I can't show you. Oh, and I forgot to ask my friend if he's okay with me sharing a pic of his dog. He probably is, but I still rather ask before I do that. So, tomorrow we will be walking again. It's going to be cold, so I gotta make sure I take a sweatshirt. But usually I wind up getting hot and take it off before we're done. But it's in the trees, the trails we walk on, so it's kind of it's supposed to be mist and rain tomorrow, possibly. So we may not get to walk. Just depends on what's happening. I'm gonna go prepared though. I'm gonna take my walking gear and stuff, and be prepared to walk. So I'm gonna let y'all go so I can go start uploading this, and it can be doing that while I'm gone, and then I should be able to finish posting it from my phone while I'm over there. We'll see how that works. But y'all remember to have a life lived creatively, and I will see y'all tomorrow.